I've been waiting for this moment since I first bought my E46 M3 6 months ago. Today, the mods begin. I'm so excited about today. Hey, I've been really honestly waiting for this for such a long time. I've had this booked in since well before Christmas, and to see all the parts laid out there is super, super exciting. Welcome back to the channel if you're returning, and very warm welcome if you're new. My name's Pat, this is 2PJZ, and today we're here at one of Australia's best BMW shops at Southern BM. And something else that I'm really excited to announce at the start of this video is that this video will form the first of a series of things I do with Southern BM throughout the ownership of my E46 M3 and beyond, as I'm really proud to announce that they have come on board as my official workshop partner. Being into BMWs for years now, I've always known that Southern BM were the best BMW shop in the country. Never in a million years did I think that I would have the chance to get my car here to actually get some work done, especially when I used to live in Adelaide, let alone partnering up with them for workshop stuff. And I'm learning to do more and more and want to work on my own cars, want to get a cheaper project car to work on. But for big things like what we're doing today, I think coming here and letting these guys do the job is probably the best thing that I could do, because they'll dial the car in properly. This sort of stuff is their bread and butter, and it makes me really proud of my progress so far to be standing here today saying that. So thank you for your support so far. Let's get stuck in today's video and get my E46 M3 handling a hell of a lot better. So what are we actually doing today? The first thing, when I bought the car, I realized that the suspension needed a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, this car handled pretty well. It already had H&R lowering springs, but I could tell that the shocks were tied, particularly in the rear. So originally my plan was to just do coilovers, and Bilstein Australia very kindly sent me out a set of B16s or PSS 10s. The reason I went with these is firstly because they're obviously German made, which also means that the B16s were road tested on the E46 M3, whereas a lot of aftermarket coilover kits aren't. The height adjustment compared to some of the other options I was looking at isn't as flexible, but I'm not going to slam this car. It's not going to be a stance car. This is just going to be a streeter that I lower to the height that we set in this video. It's also very easy to adjust because there's combined damper adjustments, so bump and rebound are adjusted by the same knob for all 10 positions, which is great. Usually coilovers have it on the top and on the bottom. This makes it easy for me to lean under the car and just turn it up when I'm going up to the hills, or turn it down if I'm picking up my mum from the airport. And the reason why I'm so stoked that Bilstein sent these out to me is because I was honestly going to buy these anyway, because they're all assembled by hand in Germany. And I think it strikes a balance between a perfect street setup, but if I want to take this to the track, it'll be more than capable as well. In addition to the coilovers, when the Southern BM guys looked at this, it was turning more into a while we're there type job to really make sure I'd actually feel the full impact of this change. So we also ordered a remanufactured Z3 steering rack, which is 2.7 turns lock to lock compared to the standard M3 of 3.2. My power steering system was pretty leaky, so we got a new reservoir, lines, hose, fluid, and washer, all to make sure that this was set to go. We also got a new steering coupler, rear trailing arm bushers, rear shock absorber top mounts, new strut mount gaskets, and a new front and left shock mount. Ordinarily, I probably would like to do a lot of this stuff to the car myself and try and learn some things, but what we're doing here today with this is a little bit above my pay grade. We're not only doing coilovers, which I have done before, but we're doing things like the steering rack and power steering lines, power steering reservoirs, swivel joints, ball joints, new bushers. Like, these are all things I have absolutely no experience in, so I'm going to let the professionals handle it, because it's also just a normal day of operation for these guys. And I really want to try not to get in the way too much, because they've really got to just pump this out. But I'm keen to see how it's actually done, maybe learn a bit, so next time I have a project car, I can do some of this stuff myself. So desperately needs to swap this out for a carbon box, I think. It just needs to sound like the CSL that I drove last year. Bit of the old kit, so the old camber tops down here. Ooh, that rear strut that is so bad. No wonder why it felt so crap in the back. And these are the Eibach springs, which I could probably resell to someone, to be honest, if someone wanted them. So cool just being here and looking around the workshop. It is like being in absolute Candyland, this place. It is phenomenal. Like, every rare BMW you can think of, they've got here, or they have had here at some other time when I visited. Even as this, like an individual frozen grey E92 M3. We've obviously got the coilovers, which were here, which are now either in the car or about to go in the car. We've got a Z3 steering rack, which is much shorter than the normal M3 steering rack. It felt like it was nice and it drives really well and it gets into corners pretty well, but the steering does feel quite sloppy. You know, like many old cars, you do start to turn the steering wheel and it obviously has that delay in turning, but this will fix that dramatically. So this is shorter than a purple tag rack, which is another common upgrade for E46 M3s. This was at the recommendation of Southern BM. I was looking at going a purple tag rack or a blue tag CSL rack. This is what the guys suggested. So we're gonna go with that because they know a hell of a lot more than I do. So front coilovers are now completely in, which is awesome. They're all bolted up, torqued down, ready to roll. Next step is to drain the power steering fluid, take out all the power steering bits because we've got them over here about to go in, and then it'll be steering rack and the other little bits and bobs. The backs aren't done yet. We're still waiting on the extra little pad that goes up there because the old one is a bit cracked, and if you put that old one back in with the new stuff, obviously that doesn't really make much sense, but it's just gonna sound and feel awful. So that won't be coming down from Sydney until tomorrow, so which means I have to leave the car here overnight and let the guys finish that off and do the alignment and full dial in and everything tomorrow. So by the time I come back tomorrow evening to pick up the car, I'll be ready to take it straight away and test drive it. There's a bit happening behind me now, so let's get back into it. Alrighty, moving along well now. Old rack is now out of the car. It's a little bit manky looking, isn't it? Compared to, that looks heaps nicer. One of the power steering lines is a little bit stuck. Otherwise this would probably all be done by now, but we're getting there. Just happy to have the old rack out because both sides of the CD boot were just absolutely cooked. I only got one of these bushes left too on the trailing arm because the other one, bushes, has already been done, so I only got one left. Just that I can't drive it home today, but man, like it's 12:30, nearly 1 o'clock. These guys have just smashed it. Everything's full of oil.
Oil in places oil should not be.
The story of a BMW's life.
Yep.
I sadly had to go back to my day job, but the guys at Southern BM over the next couple of days fitted the suspension, they gave it a wheel alignment, they tightened up any loose ends, they fitted all the extra little bits and bobs that we had lying on the floor, and this was the final result. All right, we're back at the shop. Time for pickup. I haven't seen the car yet. I know it's over here. Here we go. Oh, it's looking good. Back height is still the same. Don't really want it much lower at the back because it already scrubs pretty hard in the hills on that height. But the front is a little bit lower, which is perfect. That looks good. And the wheels fit so well, and it's going to be hard to replicate this sort of fitment. I can't wait to drive it. Doesn't look fundamentally different to when I brought it in on Monday, but I know it's going to feel like a completely different car. It's an E46 M3 weekend here at the moment because we've got this cool messing metallic individual car as well. This really nice light wood grain. How cool does that look? Then we're going to go say thanks to the guys here and head off for a drive, eh? Come on! Come on! Get in, bro! Feels so good. Like, oh my God. If I just like throw it and throw it and throw it and throw it. Oh man, that feels awesome. How good are new parts? Driving for about 20 minutes and it just feels so much more confident and locked on the road. It's just exactly how I wanted it to feel. Not what I thought it would feel like, because I thought it would totally, completely feel like a different car, but I'm actually happy that it doesn't, because I loved the way the car drove when it was cruising around, besides just feeling sloppy. I just wanted it to be tighter. I didn't want it to try and feel like the 992 GT3 that I drove the other week. I just want it to be tighter, more compliant, and better in the corners, which I can't make a massive verdict on yet because I've literally just got it back. Lane change, just the stuff you do in usual traffic is perfect. And it's nice to have a steering wheel that faces frontways again, because last time I got it aligned, because everything was so cooked, it was still on the piss. So it's really good. This is what I wanted my M3 to be like when I bought it. I'm very happy. I think that's probably a good place to end it for today. I want to say a massive thank you to Southern BM, in particular to Riley and Dev, who worked on the car and smashed the install, and to Andrew and Jimmy from Southern BM for getting all this stuff sorted for me, for fitting me in. And also a huge thank you to Bilstein for sending me out a set of the PSS 10s. This is the perfect coilover, I think, for my use case for this car. There are a few other options I was considering, but for a daily driver, something that's going to get taken up to the hills every now and then, and maybe on the track, I think this is the perfect all-rounder. I'm really happy with it. And now the next question is, what should we do next? Because I've got the mod bug now. I know I definitely want to do carbon intake, wheels, brakes, seats, but out of that, what should we do next? Or what haven't I considered that we should probably do? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, we've only just got started for 2026, so hit that subscribe button. Got a big goal of hitting 100K by the end of the year, doing more cool stuff, more travel, more projects, more stuff to this car. Thank you so much for your time. My name's Pat. This is 2PJZ. Never forget to stay driven, and we'll see you in the next one.